You know that Kurt Conbains documentary or whatever? Supposedly there's another one coming out that's like, it's called like something like Washed in Bleach or something like that, and it's like, it's by this private investigator that was hired by Courtney Love, like, because I guess he disappeared from some fucking rehab place before he died. And like that's what led to him dying. Well, she hired this private investigator like when he disappeared, and this guy's like, he's like recorded all these phone conversations and like did all this background shit, and it's like the fucking shit he has. I mean, it's like she fucking killed him, dude.
Wow.
Like had him fucking murdered.
Wow. I'd be interested to see that.
Yeah, dude. There's like phone conversations where she's like saying shit about like different notes and shit, and like
Have you seen this thing?
No, there was just like the trailer for it, so it got me looking at like other documentaries and stuff about it. So it's like similar. Like this guy has a website where he's got like the audio tapes, and I was like going through all the audio tapes and shit. It's fucked up, man.
Wow.
Like he interviewed this one dude that was like like he said Courtney Love went to him and like contracted him to kill Kurt Conbains. She was going to pay him $50,000. He took a polygraph to the fact that he was going to do that, and he ended up getting murdered. Like right after that, like they found him. They found him like he had alcohol in his system, and he was hit by a train. And it was a big fucking dude, too. Like this big fucking tattooed up.
Huh.
There's some weird fucking shit, dude. Yeah. And what the fuck else? There was shit like, because he wrote this whole thing, how he was going to divorce her and all this stuff. And because the investigator was talking to their like attorney. And the attorney's like, he didn't write that fucking suicide note. She's like, nothing about that was there. It wasn't even a suicide note. Like the last 4 lines, like weren't even in the rest of the handwriting as the rest of the letter. And like they compared like the fucking this was the fucking other thing, dude. Courtney Love went to that lawyer's house, right? And she left this fucking bag there, like, you know, it was like her backpack or whatever the fuck. She left it there, and it was there for like a week. So like the chick like went into it, you know, she just was fucking rooting around and it had been there for a week. And she found like 2 other notes in there. One was like some other fucking like thing about him wanting a divorce and all this stuff. And the other one was this thing that was like, it was handwriting things, like people practicing writing the same fucking letters over and over again.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Wow. So there had to be someone else. I wonder if it was her that boyfriend that would videotape them.
Yeah, I don't know. There was the guy that he says he knows was involved in a conspiracy was like this live-in fucking nanny for the kid.
Oh.
And so he thinks it was that dude.
Oh, a guy that was.
Yeah, a live-in nanny dude. So. And the other thing she found in the bag was like a list of like a to-do list, and it had shit on it that was like
shoot my husband.
Yeah, basically it had like, it said get arrested was one of the things, and she was arrested like fucking April 3rd, and it was like this bullshit like drug thing where like they found drug paraphernalia, but all the shit was, the whole fucking thing was dropped like a couple days later. But she was in jail for when the body was discovered.
So, okay. Smart. Not smart to write it down, but
no.
If you need an alibi, prison's a pretty good alibi.
Sure. And just leave that shit fucking laying around. But yeah, man, fucked up shit, dude.
I wouldn't put it past her at all. I mean, I never thought she was a good person.
No, dude, yeah. It's going.
And she was all in it for the fame.
Yeah. I guess her dad wrote a book, and he was diagnosed with like mania, like schizophrenia and stuff, and he's like, in his book he thinks she has the same fucking thing, like she's a, you know, fucking maniac that way.
mean,
she had everything to gain. That's the thing. She had all the motive in the world. Because if he divorced her, what's she going to get?
probably half his fucking money.
Half his fucking money. If he dies,
yeah.
every fucking red cent of that.
Yeah, that's true. That's just fucking greed, though, man. Because especially at the time, he was worth so much.
Dude, the fucking audio clips, while this guy's missing, right? Like, there's this period where, like, he disappeared, like, whatever, like the 3rd, and then they found him on, like, the 8th. So, like, she's talking to this investigator, and she's talking about how, oh, she's got a record coming out soon, and, you know, it's no publicity is bad
that's the
publicity.
thing, too. I'm sitting there thinking they had a lot of money, but they probably didn't, because they were fucking heroin junkies.
Yeah.
And, you know, that is...
Well, that's the thing. Like, his estate today is worth $450 million.
Wow. Yeah, because he still probably sold stuff.
Yeah, shit still sells.
But the daughter has it, doesn't she?
She does now that she turned 21 or whatever. But, yeah.
She's a pretty girl. I saw a recent picture of her.
Yeah. Yeah, some wild fucking shit out there, man. But, I didn't know any of that shit. Like,
I knew there was always conspiracy that, you know,
but I
whatever.
never fucking paid it any mind because whatever, you know, the dude's dead. Fucking either way, gives a shit. But yeah, she there was something about this narcotics cop or something that she had dealings with and shit, and she set up her drug dealer to get arrested around that same time, and that's supposedly where the drugs came from that were found with him near Cobain's body or whatever. And then the fucking narcotics guy, the narcotics cop, was murdered.
Well, they work with the fucking mob?
I don't know, dude.
Yeah, they just make people disappear whenever they get ahead of the case?
Yeah. I don't know, man. Fucking people are, a lot of fucking people are dead, around that fucking knew what the fuck is going on.
It's good to be king, I guess.
I guess so. It's good to have all the fucking money in the world. And then she said something there was another note, there were 2 different notes, and this the investigator guy called her on it, on the phone, and it was she's he's I heard you mention the second note in the Rolling Stone article or whatever, and she's yeah, it was, I found it under my pillow. You know, it was in this envelope and everything. He's that's not right, because it wasn't there the day before his body was found, because I was there and I looked under your pillows and under your mattress, and that's how I found whatever else. And she's no, it was definitely there. It was under my pillow, and she stuck to her story. But he's I was fucking there the day before. He was at the fucking house with a friend of Cobain's.
Why was he there looking under pillows and shit the day before?
He was looking to try to find out where he went, because he was still looking for the guy. Okay. You know, he was a missing person.
Gotcha.
So he was looking for things where he might go, or if he left any clues behind of, you know, where he went to. And and the friend after the fact knew about the fucking room or whatever, above the garage, where he was found, because his fucking body was there while that investigator guy was there. And they just didn't look in the thing, because the friend was you know, just was showing him around the house and all that shit, and didn't even mention the thing. And when it the news report came on, he was with the guy at the time, and he's like, what's the greenhouse? What the hell is that thing? And he's oh no, it's this area right above the garage. It's real small, but in all these fucking things, he claimed he didn't know what that room was. He'd never heard of that before. It's just fucked up shit, man.
Wow. And it almost seems like they have enough to bring him up on trial.
I would think.
But no,
Yeah, no, the cops like fucking closed the case.
But meanwhile, they were hunting down this guy who escaped from prison 59 years ago.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, let's find him.
I'm just picturing like junkie hide and seek. You know, like he'll hide, like, you're under the pillow.
Oh, look at you.
You'll all curl up and shit. I didn't think you'd find me. It's just a pillow on top of this big dude.
I thought for sure my legs were covered.
Hey, you're so good at this game.
I'm not playing with you anymore. But yeah, like the note that he left was this whole thing, and it was written by him, and it was saying shit like, because he was talking about leaving the music industry, like he just wasn't feeling it. He didn't like touring. He didn't like the stage. He's like, I just don't get, like, he's like, I care about the people too much. Like I don't want to let people down. He's like, I don't have any more music in me. He's like, I haven't written anything for like 3 years. He's like, it's just bullshit. Like, I can't do it. And he's like, I'm out.
At least he admitted it.
Yeah, and it was this big, like the whole thing was like a letter to the fans saying why he's leaving doing music. And then at the end are like these 4 lines tacked on, like,
that's why I had to shoot myself.
Yeah, Courtney, take care of Frances. She's gonna need you when I'm gone. I love you. I love you. And it's all this weird fucking handwriting and shit. And he had like, in his system, he had like 3 times the amount of heroin that it would take to kill you, like in his bloodstream. So they're saying it wouldn't even be possible for him to pick up the fucking gun, let alone hold it to his fucking face and shoot it. And the other thing was the gun was like upside down, like I guess so you could pull the trigger or whatever. But the ejection port for the gun was on the right side, and the fucking shell casing was on the left side.
Oh, couldn't you hold it either way though?
No, it was found like that. Like it was found like in his crotch, and like his hand was still like on it.
Oh, if his hand was on it, then
yeah, like one hand was on it, and the other hand was there.
Shooting it and it flipping around. Yeah. But no, if you're holding it still.
Yep. Yeah, his fucking hand was still on it. Yep.
And the thing is, I mean, you didn't even have to shoot him in the face. Like,
no, that's
inject him with a bunch of heroin. Everyone would be like, oh, overdose.
Yeah, job done. Yeah. There you go.
Do you ever watch that Palladia channel?
No, what's that?
It's a music channel. You know, they do like shows and live concerts and stuff. Really good channel. Mm-hmm. It's not like a VH1 or an MTV or something like that.
Okay.
Put it on for the simple fact of the HD quality. It's got the best HD by far than any other channel out there. Yeah, I watch it all the time. They got some good stuff on there.
It's just music all the time?
I mean, documentaries, concerts, but yeah, it's a music channel. So
that's cool.
They'll play like, you know, like music movies, like Pink Floyd The Wall, and stuff like that. Well, last night I was watching this documentary on Slash, the guitarist for Guns N' Roses.
Oh, yeah.
And he was saying this whole thing, like he was always a loner, and he got into music because that was his way of expressing himself and whatever. And then it just became this image. And you know, you had like the top hat, like you see him wearing the top hat. And he said he never meant for that to be a thing. He saw it in like a thrift shop one day, and he thought it looked good on him, so he bought it. So eventually he starts working with other musicians. And he said that he was doing some kind of song with Michael Jackson. And they're working on it for, you know, a couple days or whatever. And so he goes to work one day, and he said that Michael Jackson didn't even so much like his music as much as just the idea of him and his style. Because he goes to work, and he said he just didn't wear the hat that day, you know. And he goes, sits down, and Michael was like, "Oh, where's your hat?" And he's like, "Well, I don't know." He's like, "I didn't wear it today." And he was like, "Oh." It's like he's just like, he didn't want to work the rest of the day because Slash didn't have his hat on.
I just like looking at you.
So it was pretty good. But yeah, check out that channel. It's a really good channel. I mean, if you like music, it's good stuff.
And there was another thing on music. There was like an article that said after you're 33, you never listen to any new music. Like you never get into any new music after the age of 33. I don't know. That's what this thing said. This article.
Diane Ward.
Huh?
Diane Ward.
Yeah.
I love the shit out of them.
Look how they cropped up.
Discovered them at 38.
Yep.
There's still time for me to get into country.
Yeah, there's plenty of time for that. Plenty of time.
Enough time. We'll worry about that in the future.
Yeah, that's a long way away.
And they have this show on there called like Daryl's House or Welcome to Daryl's House, something like that. And it's Daryl Hall from Hall & Oates.
Oh, yeah?
And it's really cool. He'll have a different musician on every week. Oh, they're good. And I thought he had his hand on his back. I was like, can't get the fuck off and he's changing a tire.
Can't leave her alone for 5 fucking minutes.
So he has a different musician on, and like, they'll both get together and they'll sing each other's songs. Like, they just jam in this fucking room.
That's cool.
And they jam, and then, after that, they just sit down and have this big fucking meal together and talk about music while they're eating dinner.
That sounds awesome.
It's really cool, yeah.
I love shit like that. Like, people talking about, like, why they do it and, like, what they like about it. And, like, that shit interests me. Like, I like those things where, like actors and shit sit down and they talk about it.
Like directors thing or whatever. And it's totally off the cuff because they'll be telling a story and they'll bring up someone's name. And they're like, oh, I got a great story about him. Yeah, and they just sit there and tell stories. It's a great show.
Until he has, like, Quentin Tarantino on it.
I played guitar to fucking play it, and at one time I got this fucking callus on my finger, and this fucking callus, I want to get a knife and cut it the fuck off. So I cut off my own fucking callus, and then I couldn't hold a fucking camera for 2 fucking weeks after that, so my whole fucking film was ruined, and I couldn't make it. So you fucking guitars, you fucking guitarist. I don't know why I agreed to do this. I'm above you. I'm better than you. I fucking own you. Let's go on the street right now and take a poll and see who they like better, me or your guitar playing ass. Because it's gonna be motherfucking me. Man, ugly.
It'd be a 2-parter too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that would be the one where
just like the Robert Rodriguez one.
That was
Did you watch that thing?
No, God,
okay.
No. I was on for 30 seconds and I saw his face. Nope, couldn't do it.
Yeah, his things are pretty good though. Like just overall, like he did one.
Yeah, I saw a couple of them.
Yeah, like Guillermo del Toro.
I saw that one.
The one with what's the dude that did the thing and John Carpenter. That was a really good one.
Yep, saw that one. The Guillermo del Toro one, I was kind of hoping for a little more from that one.
Yeah, I was too. I was surprised.
And then by the end of that, like 45 minutes into that one, I couldn't take his voice anymore.
Yeah.
He was like, learn the language a little better, and do interviews.
Yeah, and it's very like, I don't know, like extra like bookstore nerdy. Like it's like a Spanish bookstore nerd.
Oh, like his voice?
Yeah, it's that.
Yeah.
Like I've met that guy before, and he wasn't Mexican.
His American cousin.
Yeah. I've met his American cousin before. Interesting fucking guy though.